Hi everybody, this is Xander with A Plus Water, and today I'm going to show you how to access the drain assembly on a 5600 control valve. This process is the same on all 5600 style control valves, including mechanical and digital valves, also including air injection control valves, as well as softener and filter only control valves. We do not need to depressurize the system to access the drain housing. However, we just need to make sure that the system is not in a regeneration cycle. Chances are it is not regenerating. Just make sure you don't see, feel, or hear any water moving down the drain line before you start opening up the drain housing. We begin by removing the drain line from the drain barb fitting. Most drain lines are secured with a hose clamp, so loosen the hose clamp, and that should allow you to wiggle the drain line off of the drain barb fitting. Next, we will remove the drain barb fitting from the drain housing. Simply unthread the drain barb from the housing using either a wrench or your hand if it's loose enough. With the drain barb removed, we now have access to the drain housing. In front of us will be the drain line flow control and its retainer piece. We first need to remove the retainer piece before gaining access to the drain line flow control, which is the most commonly clogged component in the drain housing. To remove the retainer piece, simply stick a flathead screwdriver into one of the 4 slots on the piece. The clip should start to unthread as shown here. Once it is unthreaded enough, you should be able to use your hand to remove the retainer piece from the housing. We now have access to the drain line flow control. Use a pair of needle nose to grab the drain line flow control and remove it from the housing. The hole in the center of the drain line flow control is commonly clogged with rust, sediment, or other debris that we will need to clean out in order to unrestrict the drain. Once we verify that the drain line flow control is clean, we can reinstall it into the housing. To reinstall the retainer piece, simply start threading it into the housing with your hand. Then once you can't reach it with your hand, use your flathead screwdriver as before to slot into one of the 4 slots and tighten it until snug. No need to over tighten this, just snug is fine. Next, we will reinstall the drain barb fitting. Simply thread it into the housing starting with your hand. Then once it starts to get tight, use a wrench to snug it up. Do not over tighten this fitting, just snug is fine. If the Teflon tape on the drain barb is severely shredded, it may be a good idea to rewrap the drain barb with a couple new wraps of Teflon tape. This is optional in most cases, however, you should be good to reinstall it with the same Teflon that was on it before. Lastly, we will now reinstall the drain line onto the drain barb fitting. Push it onto the barb, making sure it is fully seated to the base of the barb fitting. You can then tighten down on your hose clamp, securing the drain line to the barb fitting. And there you have it. This has been how to access the drain assembly of your Fleck 5600 control valve. Please let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. Have a great day.